Good afternoon and warm welcome to Techseries 4.19 Build Your Future in Civil Engineering conducted by Department of Civil Engineering about the Department of SA Engineering College, Dharmanayoda Educational Charity Trust established of SA Engineering College in 1998-99. The college offered the following level undergraduate course in engineering, 4 postgraduate course in engineering, Master of Computer Applications and Master of Business Administrator. The college is well planned and well designed, built with more than 4 lakh square feet of constructed area. The design of campus ultra-modern facility with separate academic wings for each department, administration block, lab and workshop, and computer lab, spacious classroom, well-stocked library and conference hall, separate seminar hall for each department, canteen and dining hall with hygienic kitchen and playground, and separate hostel for boys and girls. And our speaker, E.R.D. Pasupati Concession and conductor Madurai, Chennai 95. So thank you, sir. Sections yours, sir.
Thank you. So first of all, I have to thank for all the officials in Engineering College and Department of Civil Engineering to give this opportunity to give a lecture on build your future on civil engineering. Uh, let's directly go over the slides. Then we'll. This is the most of the things. It's an interactive session. So if you have any clarifications or anything, you just raise your thing in the stream so that corresponding staff will enable the mic so we can discuss in a friendly manner. Um, okay, this is I think hope you are doing well. I think now the this is the time you have completed your 12th higher secondary, and now you are supposed to choose your career, whether it is an like which is thing you are going to shine in future. So this is a very casual thing. I'm just sharing the opportunities and what is the thing if you have chosen in civil engineering and how civil engineer will help our day to day life. So this is our topic, build your future in civil engineering. Obviously we are shaping the tomorrow's infrastructure by today. Let's move on to the slide. So today's session we are going to discuss about these things like introduction, why we have to choose a civil engineering, what is the importance of civil engineering, what the civil how the civil engineer will help in the day to day life, and what are all the impact created by the civil engineer, and how the civil engineer's lifestyle will be, and to be a successful engineer what are the skill set required before graduation and after the graduation how to shine in your stream. So for that what are the skill set you need, so we'll discuss what are the skills you need, and emerging trends in civil engineering, what are all the current technologies and available in civil engineering to make the easier and safest life, and few inspiring projects, a lot of civil engineering projects are established in India and world, and career opportunities. Obviously we have to make specified concentration on this career opportunities, and what are all the opportunities available for a civil engineer after the graduation, and finally we conclude this session. In between that, if you have any clarifications, you can discuss with me. We'll go to the introduction. Introduction slide. Can you visible? Yeah, now it is visible. Okay, introduction. So, in a basic life, why we need a civil engineer, what civil engineer will do, and few things. Generally, we know that uh, we will call the civil engineer for build our house, and rest of the things we won't mind actually, and we won't concentrate why we need a civil engineer. So, civil engineer. So the professional degree which deals with design and construction and maintenance of the physical buildings and other advanced technologies we're going to discuss in upcoming slides. Okay, Like, have you wondered a civil engineer how they build the bridges you come across, and the roads you drive your vehicle, and the buildings you live and work and learn, and how it will came to existence? So, how to make a structure? So we have to going to see the detailed things in the upcoming slides. Next, we'll go about the importance of civil engineer. Next slide. So, importance of civil engineer. So, why we required a civil engineer? So, making the world easier and safer place to live. So, without civil engineer, we can't have a safe home, safe learning place, and safe work environment and everything. The structure is built by the civil engineer. So, the civil engineer role has been variated in the different sectors. Like in the construction sector itself, they have different departments is there. So infrastructure department. In infrastructure department, what are all the role will be played by them? Like civil, they are building the structures. Like not only building home, residential and commercial, industrial. They are building the skyscrapers and industrial structures and many useful things like dam, etc. And how the energy supplies will they are building. How the civil engineer will related to energy supply. Actually, the power generation at one place. Example, we'll take some other place like Ennur, and currently we need the power supply at near Chengalpat or Tambram or some other location. So how they have to transfer that energy, or have to supply the energy to that farthest distance. Like so, we have constructed or built that at hello. I think now. Like um, transmission towers. So the energies will be conveyed through one place to another place from source to destination. We are having the parts like transmission towers. So that transmission towers and all built by a civil engineer. And in what way the water supplies in water supply role a civil engineer will play? So obviously, as I said, the source is somewhere, and this the usage or consumer or whatever we call, we have in some other place. So we have to transport the water. It should be safe to drink and safe to for the some other purposes like house utilities and washing and everything. So the role of civil engineer, you have to identify the source of water supply, and you have to think in what way it should be transmitted. And before the transmission, what are all the safety measures should be measured, like how much pH value it should be, and how much TDS it should be. So they have to do many quality checks from the source. Then they have to transmit to the water treatment plant, like freshwater treatment plant. Then they have to filter the thing. Then they have to store one storage reservoir. So in that storage reservoir, they will be supplied to the different locations with some different chain system, like different water supply system they have, like ring system, dead end systems. So many systems is there. So the engineer has to visit that particular location, and they have to plan in what type of transmission or what type of supply should be done. So these all the works under comes under the water supply treatment and irrigation development. So in infrastructure development, irrigation is the pivotal role. Obviously, we are all having a food, so that should be cultivated from a farmland. So for that, there are different types of irrigation has been followed, like well irrigation, drip irrigation. Some of the places there is no wells and there is no drip irrigation facilities and all. Nothing is there. So in that places and all, how and water should be supplied to the farmland. So all these parts will be taken care by the civil engineer. From they have to plan at which position they have to build the dam, and from that dam storage, how it should be transmitted, what type of canal should be used, what type of substructures and superstructures for that different uh, bed levels they should be adopted, and what type of whether it will be pumped or some other some extra things you have to plan and execute for that water should be reached from the storage storage or dam to that irrigation supply. So these all the things and all the main roles will be played by the civil engineers. And in environmental protection, I don't know about that other engineering streams how they will be contributing towards the environmental. Like some other people, they have been using some other technologies for their stream. But in civil engineering, how we have approached the environmental protection, like we are using cement in our buildings and dams construction, bridge construction, road construction. Many things is there. For this construction, we are using cement, bituminous, different types of materials we are using. In that materials, the production of cement is releasing around CO2. It is one of the part of the process manufacturing of cement process. CO2 has been released. In that CO2, it will be how much of CO2 can be released. Like if we have a measuring thing, we are producing 1 kg of cement, almost equivalent to 1 kg of carbon dioxide will be produced. So we are one side we are building or developing our infrastructures and everything. The other hand we are like in the as an environmental protection, as a social awareness thing, we have to concentrate how it should be reduced. So we can use some sustainable material like with the cement with some other fly ash material or silica fume material. Like it is the byproduct of the steel industry, iron industries, and coal industries. So with this part of materials, it will be utilized in the cement, and we can like reducing the usage of cement. So reducing like we can reducing the cement, and we can move on to the new upcoming materials with some steel. By this changing the materials, we can like little bit we can able to achieve this sustainable development. Like we can able to build the structure with durability and this structure. Like waste management, how a civil engineer will involved in waste management. See, there are different types of waste is there, like water, waste water is there, and solid waste is there. So the waste water, if the civil engineer has to be designed a sewage treatment plant, as I said, source is somewhere locations and usage is somewhere location. So as in a Chennai like metropolitan cities around, there are many sewage treatment plants are there. One is located near Coimbatore and another one is located around Perungudi. So what the sewage treatment plant will be done with the help of the sewage treatment, and here how the civil engineer role will be engaged. Like in a waste treatment, so the waste like water waste, all the wastewaters will be like as a normal person we know that it will be connected with some drains, and the drains will be connected with some other big canals, and it will be converted into one place. So after it is collected at the one place, that place is sewage treatment plant. In that, once we collected the plant, we have to do the different quality checks. How much of oil it contain, that sewage, that wastewater, how much of oil it contain, and how much of other harmful chemicals are contained. So once all that quality checks are done, we have to do the different we have to do some screening process. And after that screening process, in that screening process itself, they have 2 to 3 stages is there. One is we have to remove at first part, we have to remove that solid particles in that wastewater contents. Then after the screening process completed, then we have to settle that wastewater in a sedimentation tank with different chemicals like coagulants we are using to settle. Once it is settled, that above water is pumped out to the new places, new tank for aeration tank, uh, to neutralize that BOD and COD. We call this biological oxygen demand and chemical oxygen demand. After that entire process completed, we have to do that filtration. Filtration involves many advanced technologies some trickling filters and everything is there. Once that filtration is completed, that water will be like sent through the drains or canal. I mean, drains or sewage lines. It will be connected with an ocean. So without doing any filtration, we are directly connected with the ocean. It will affect that aquatic ecosystem. So by doing this filtration process, we can reduce that that and we can reduce that effect and we can save the acoustic system. Okay, then how the civil engineer will plays the major role in safety and quality of life. Actually, we all know that engineer will build on buildings and structures. And have you think how they involved in the safety and qualities of life? Like in these advanced technologies nowadays today, with we can able to identify the disasters like what else, like tsunamis and seismic earthquakes. So with these advanced technologies, we can identify it when will happen and where will happen everything. So based on these technologies, so we can evacuate the people from the from that location, particular location. So we can save their lives and everything. Not only in this seismic, and even we can able to forecast the rains and all with some GIS. And the main thing is the GIS is the geographical information system. With that help of GIS, we can be done few analysis like how much magnitude earthquake has happened in the past and the things. Next, cultural and social impact. Okay, let me ask a few things like we'll discuss structural and social impact, like cultural. In what way an civil engineer will help for the structural, I mean cultural things? Like we have some olden heritage buildings. Best example, our Tanjore Temple, and some other many ancient buildings are there. So we have to preserve that historical building. That historical building not only represent our past achievements, they have to show what we are, how old we are. So we have the main things for this cultural and social impact and economic growth in this sector, building this in construction sector, how the economic growth, the person who are choosing a career in civil engineering. So 13 to 14% of construction sector is contributing our Indian GDP. So this much of 13 to 14% we are contributing towards the GDP by building and developing the infrastructure of our nations. And advanced technological, like what are all the advanced technologies now revolving around things is like how the innovative material they develop, how what are all the techniques as involved like building smart cities. We'll move on to the next slide for this advanced material and techniques. So we all know, common people, everyone can know that the materials which is listed on the left side is concrete, steel, brick, stone, aggregate, glass, wood, sand. These things and all the very common material. A common person can identify the sector is involving this type of material. So in right side have listed few materials. It will be new materials we have been emerging in nowadays, like special concrete. Under special concrete, there are many things is there, like fiber concrete is there, and high impact concrete, heavy density concrete, and everything is there. And below that, FRC and FRP rebar, that is fiber reinforced composite and fiber reinforced bars. We'll see that photos and all in the upcoming slides. And AAC and solid blocks. Like we are using bricks as bricks for using construction of wall. Nowadays, AAC block, it is light and weight. So we can reduce the self weight of that structure, particular structure, with these AAC blocks and the solid blocks and wood. So we all know that we can use the wood as our doors. What is the advantage of this advanced door is WPC, um, wood plastic composite. So this wood plastic composite is in a termite proof. So once we, what are all the termite process we have used in the normal wood, after certain duration like 30 years, 45 years, it started the termite. But in these composites, termite will be not easily that much affected by this wood plastic composite. And toughened glasses for high rises buildings we have using this type of toughened glasses. And recycled aggregate is the aggregate which is already used in some existing structure, and due to some other reason or particular reason we need to demolish that particular structure. So by demolishing that particular structures we can use the aggregate, what are all the aggregates they have been used in that concrete structures. So after certain process like we can't able to use the recycled aggregates directly in our structure. We have to treat that aggregates, and we can able to use that aggregates into our new structure. So by using recycled aggregates we can save the resources, like we no need to manufacture the new aggregator things. Like we'll see this photos of special concrete and FRC rebar and AC block in this next slide. So as I said, FRC and FRP rebar has been shown in the first image. This is the upcoming new alternative materials like emerging in this construction sector. Slowly, it may take the main lead. So far, we have used this FRC and FRP rebar in slabs and other very thin element. Soonly after some research, we can able to do it in beams and the columns like that also. That right side AC blocks and solid blocks. So the advantage of these blocks and all, we can able to construct an very length wall with very height with easily in an efficient manner when compared with the previous bricks and blocks. So the number of joint will be lesser, quicks in construction. And the fourth image, toughened glasses are shown that this is an toughened glass when compared with normal glass. It is highly durable, and the new material I have discussed like WBC extrusion is a new alternate for wooden material. Next, we'll see the day in the life of a civil engineer. Okay, so you are in a position like you have to choose your career in BE civil engineering. After the graduation, what you will be seen like your day-to-day life activities. Site visit as a first thing you have to visit your site as your like if you are doing an entrepreneur or you are working in a certain construction company. The thing is you have to visit your site and inspect how their workers are doing, how how they have did the work, whether in a proper manner, everything well. You have to inspect and monitor. If they have did any mistakes, you have to rectify the problems which they causes. And the main thing is you have to coordinate with the contractors. So in a company you are a civil engineer, so you are working with certain projects. The thing is you have to manage your time to allot your works, and you have to coordinate with the laborers who are working, and you have to guide them. You have to explain them what are all the work should be done today and this week project. So next thing, designing and planning. So you have to design the structure if you are working in a design oriented companies, or else if you are working in a project management oriented company, you have to plan what are the works to be carried out, what are all the unforeseen should be happen. So you have to think all these things, and you have to do one project schedule. So when it should be started, like if any problem occurs like in a COVID or in a flood came, if it is happen, so what are all the things you should do to overcome that natural calamities to deliver the project on time. And meetings, so you have to meet your co-workers and colleagues and laborers to regularly to elaborate the things what should be done for the projects. And project management is the highly management thing. So you have, if you are working in a project management, so mm, nowadays there are different softwares are available like Primavera and Windows project scheduling, everything is there. So as a civil engineer you have to maintain the project, and you have to design the structure, and you have to plan the work, everything. In between that, you have to meet the client and you have to get the information from the client, how they require the project, and you have to concentrate the project duration, and you have to deliver this on time project. So after you are doing all the things, you should keep an a record, like what are all the things happen in this entire project, so that you can improve yourselves, and you can improve yourselves for these upcoming projects. And permits and regulations is an entire thing, like you have to get the permits and regulations before start your projects. Once it should be done, you have to review and do the plan for next day work. So next we see about that next slide, required skills and education. Like education, you all know that be civil engineering, the things, the skill set you required before completing your UG, technical skills and communication skills. Like communication skills, if you the communication skills in the sense not only in English, uh, which position you are going to work as you plan. Like if you are going to working in a site, so you have to know what are all the languages they will speak, and you have to develop your communication skill. Then technical skill, so you have to know what should be done for a certain process, like some shuttering process are going on, or some concrete should be going on. So what are all the technical aspects you have to visit? Like before that, you have to check your shuttering props whether it be should be done in a proper manner. Next, you have to check your reinforcement spacings and reinforcement dia whether it should be done in an as per structural plan. You have to visit. So these technical skills you can improve by working in a certain company. You have to improve your technical skills by designing a structure. This technical skill, like in software wise, you can improve, and remaining that practical things is you will be learning in your companies and practical experiences. So try to learn the practical experiences even if you are completing that before completing that UG by going to internships or implant training to certain companies and visit their offices and get that implant training and go and learn the things how the industries is growing, and you have to learn from them. Like before completing your undergraduations, so design and analysis software, like what type of softwares you have to learn if you are planned to like move on to the designing field, like you want to design. So these are the few softwares you have to learn, so that you can able to go with that certain interview with some confidences, or I have known this type of software, so I can um, cope up with the works what you have assigned. So you have to learn like AutoCAD is a basic software for an civil engineers, like drafting tool, and civil 3D Revit and StatPro. StatPro is an analyzing software, and nowadays in India they are booming. The big thing is building information modeling, BIM. These are all the softwares and emerging trends in civil engineering. So nowadays, as I said, sustainable material and engineering in material itself and smart structures. So what is like smart structure? We all know that 3D printing, some type of technologies is there. Now they are developing 3D printing, 3D printed house or 3D printed small scale projects. They are in industries we are working on it. An advanced material innovation in the advanced material is self-healing concrete. If in a certain concrete structure or in a particular portion, if that crack is happened, it will be healed by itself by by just pouring in a water. So like this type of an advanced concrete has been um, designed, and that digital transformation, building information modeling, that system will be in a big plays in a big role in past, in past construction methodologies. We have to laying the all the materials or all the construction work. Once it completed, will go for an plumbing and electrician work. So in that time we need to breaking that particular portion of walls. So with this type of technology, see, you can consider that even in a small scale project, you can break it whatever the things you want. But if you are building in a high rises and skyscraper, you like that breaking of that structure is will be it will highly risk. So in that time, so building information modeling, like if you will give that information where should we have to keep the opening for the HVA systems. So with the help of that system, we can give the provision for that particular mechanical works, like an providing of or installing of duct. So we in that way, this BIM will be helpful. Like it will be real time project monitoring, and we can able it is an like material saving, and obviously the money in that BIM. Now in industries is our AI designs are involved, and it will be booming in upcoming years. So we'll see some inspiring projects. It is constructed in India in the next slide. So in the first picture, Chenab Bridge is there. It is constructed in Jammu and Kashmir. This is the 16th uh, highest bridge. This bridge is constructed over around 400 meters high of the river bed, and the longest and this length of the bridge will be around 1.3 kilometers. So it is constructed in Jammu and Kashmir. It will be used for railway purpose. It is in a railway bridge. And second is Mumbai International Airport, Navi Mumbai International Airport. This we constructed in recently. Uh, some other next inspiring projects are shown. This is our left side is Mumbai Coastal Road, and they have developed some dollar smart cities and career opportunities. Like after completing your graduation, so in what way you will be get be placed, or what should be done. Like after completing, if you are planned for job, there is two choices for your thing. mm, Private jobs and government jobs. So if you are not willing to go to the job, we plan for some more higher studies, and higher studies is there. So this higher studies and government job. So you can enter these higher studies and government jobs by clearing this following exam. Following exams, like if you are cleared in GATE, Graduate Engineering Aptitude Test. Like if you are clearing in that things, so you can enter into the PSUs, government job in like Indian Oil Corporation and Bharat and Bill BHEL. So many of the many PSUs are there. And apart from that, government public works department is there for both the state and central. And the next by if you have a gate score, so from that you can do your masters, like MTech in structural engineering or construction management and irrigation engineering and transportation department is there. So if you planned for your higher studies, you can go with your gate score in like some big with your big dreams with your well stipend itself. Then entrepreneur. So after completing your graduation, you are planned for entrepreneurship in civil engineering sectors. There are many things is there. You have to develop your own certain skills, like you should be doing a particular thing like waterproofing, or else you planned for beam consultant or structural consultant. So you have to work for it for a few more years, then you can start your own entrepreneurships in these industries. So is there any queries or any questions, so we can discuss now? No
Thank you, sir.
questions.
So, no question, sir. So participant kindly fill the feedback form link available in comment section. Thank you. A very good afternoon to all. On behalf of all students and staff, I am glad to be stand here to express my vote of thanks. A special thanks our chief guest, Mr. D. Pasubadi. So,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I also like to thank each and everyone the making the wonderful day a memorable one of the dear participant. Thanks once again. Thank you, sir. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you.